double check. Okay, nothing on Reddit yet. So I have this device here. Let me pull up the stream on my phone so I have access to the comments. Like this. Put the comments right over there. So I bought this at the BYU surplus sale yesterday. Anybody who no idea what that is? It's in electronics and also they do furniture. It's a surplus sale. Just the BYU college in Utah getting rid of all of their stuff. All of the old stuff they don't need anymore. Different departments send it there to be sold. Some stuff gets listed on eBay. Some stuff is just there for you to dig around. I've been going for decades. And the other day I picked up this device. It originally had a green piece of tape that said $10 on it. But the wonderful Ben, yeah, that's right, that's his name. The wonderful Ben Jenkins said $5 for it. The reason that I picked up this device, because it was cheap and Nixie tubes. Ah, Nixie tubes are so cool. I've never seen Nixie tubes in real life. This is sweet. So, hey, two watching. That's cool. So I've been talking with people on Reddit. Sadly, the place that this was getting the most traction, which was r/AskElectronics, it actually broke some of the rules, and so a bot had removed the post. But I was able to comment on and let people know that I'm continuing this under the Ask Reddit post that I had. Sorry, not Ask Reddit. The Help Me Find post that I had made. And oh, what's the other thing too? And I know that worked because I got at least one upvote on one of my posts because I posted under like each little individual thread. So let's start with what we know, and then from there I will test whatever I think I can test right now. I'll take a look at the suggestions that were made. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know how I would test, but so first of all, the probe uses a TRS plug, which let me just double check TRS. I don't know a whole lot about electronics. So yeah, tip, ring, sleeve. Okay, so this is now. So that I was correct. TRS is essentially a 3-pole plug. This is the 1/4-inch phono size. Now the sleeve, the ring between the sleeve, to me, it seems a little bit. Actually, wait, no, never mind. Okay. Well, let me check just a few. Yeah, okay, so looking at these photos online and what I'm remembering from the few that I've actually had in real life, it seems to me like the ring, the spacer before the sleeve, it's thinner than the spacer after the tip. And on all the ones that I'm seeing online, they are actually having even space between them, which would make sense. So also, there it's brown in. Do I have? Just looking to see if I had my headlamp up here. I'm not. Oh wait, no, there it is. I do have my headlamp up here. So let me just put some light on. Can we illuminate this? So yeah, there's brown on the top and it's gray in the middle. So maybe that's spacer, but it to me kind of makes me think of what if it's just a little more metal. I don't know. It just looks too thin. Whereas all the other TRS plugs that I'm seeing online have even spacing between the tip and the sleeve ring. Wait, no, here's one. Here's one that looks like it has thinner at the bottom, maybe, but it's also at an angle. It's a Sweetwater. I don't know. So it could be TRS. I'm a little questioning of that. We'll go ahead and plug the probe back in. And actually, one thing we can take care of right now is the unit displays either a 0.1 or I've had it display 0. So obviously we know that the probe being plugged in does something. And here's a better look at the probe. This kind of does seem like it unscrews if I twist it, although I'm not going to twist very far because I don't know if I'm just untwisting the wind of wires inside there. So the probe, I peeled this tape off the other day and there's nothing under there, so I don't know why it has that tape on there. But yeah, nothing under there. It's not damaged or anything. And there was... Ooh, I need to pull up my Reddit post stuff. So let me go to profile. Because there was a user who... yeah, where is... Saman Tiranrek? I'm sure I said that wrong. He suggested it could be an O2 or a gas sensor. I don't know how to test that. But he also said that, yeah, also, if it's so old that it's got Nixie tubes, there's a chance the probe itself may be toast. So this means whatever I try could, you know, just be broken. But the probe, which I'm going to try... There we go. Focus on that probe, please. Yeah, it's got... there's something inside of there towards the bottom, and the top holes go straight through. And then, if we look at it from straight on, it just has a hole in the front. So, I don't have stuff to test it right now. I was thinking, what if this was a barrel jack tester, and like you shove this up the barrel and test voltage that way. But, I mean, this tiny little won't fit in there for my multimeter, which is just a cheap Centec multimeter. And also, if I remember correctly, barrel jacks have an insulation in the middle. My only laptop with a barrel jack is downstairs. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything up here that has a barrel jack. Actually, wait a minute. Nope. I'm going to turn this off for just a second. Unplug it from the wall. Which, by the way, its plug looks like that. And it says connect to grounded outlet. It's also got a hole in the bottom of that thing. I find it interesting how these pieces aren't just flat. They bow out a little bit. Maybe. I don't know if that's just because it's old. And they did it that way back then. Or maybe it's something to do with it, what's the word? With it, like, trying to be not so easy to unplug from the wall. So, I do have this barrel jack here on this Millennium Falcon alarm clock. I'm just going to unplug the probe. No, that won't fit. So it's probably not a barrel jack tester unless it's for a larger type of barrel jack. I don't know how you would test a barrel jack. That's just a theory. So let me just stick my Putting Falcon back on the shelf of alarm clocks. Then put that back in. Also, I need to put my smartwatch on its charger. Okay. So, also, before we get to the display and what's on it, aside from awesome Nixie tubes, the back has a fuse, and it has these two banana plugs, and these banana plugs actually unscrew. They go about that far, so I could thread a wire through that hole there and screw this down, you know, if I don't have anything to plug into there. Let's take a look at this fuse really quickly. Wow. It is it's a fuse, all right. Although I'm not seeing any wire in there. My experience with fuses is they have to have a wire. I can actually test this with my multimeter. Oh, also, I need to open up my suitcase. I do actually have this other multimeter that I got from my step-grandfather. Doesn't have as many options. You can do... I don't know how to work this one, so I'm probably not. Also, I would need to go grab a 9-volt battery. This one I know can test loop wires. I think that's cool. Yeah, this was when he passed away years ago. So I do have that, if it was necessary. But let's test this fuse. I do not know what type of resistance I'm going to be looking for with the fuse. I just know that I want to test if there is an actual connection that's going across it here. So, let's actually flip multimeters there so we can see. You can see that it will do something. Like right now it says 1. But if I tap that also, there's a little bit of a light on there, so yeah, the light doesn't last very long, so I probably won't. So it goes to 0, essentially. So now we need to take our fuse. So, that's 3.5 is what this is showing as far as resistance goes. And that is all the way down at the, that's all the way down at 200 ohms setting. So I'm pretty sure, because I do watch electronic stuff every once in a while, like bigclive.com. If I turn it up, that's just going to show a smaller. So yeah, so we are at the correct setting. Okay, so we know that this has 3.7, 3.6 ohms of resistance. Okay. And more importantly, that answers that even though, like, I maybe see a wire in there, but it's like a wire that almost looks like it's running on one side of the glass. So, yeah, I don't know. Probably wouldn't be able to show very good on there. But let's put this fuse back in. probably. Oops. Okay, so we're just turning it wrong. We want the fuse to be upright. Okay. There we go. So the fuse is back in. So now, let's take a look at the display. We got a very lovely Nixie tube display, which I'd never seen Nixie tubes in real life before this. I've seen them in videos and stuff. I also really like the Nemo tube. If you don't know what that is, go check it out. There's a really good video by FranLab, and she has a few more videos on the Nemo tube that I haven't watched yet. I just didn't know they came out a few years ago, but then I noticed them recently. So, on the display, we have, you won't be able to see, you can kind of see it. So, we have this flashing R in like a circle. I don't know what that means. We have these numbers here that are fluctuating, so 2 digits and then a point. We also have the very long tube. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Kind of, yeah, you can kind of see how it fades away towards the bottom. I'm not sure what that's for. It could be just some kind of an indicator as a neon tube. But I guess is, because I thought this was a temperature probe at first, but breathing on the probe hasn't done anything. I even stuck it in a little bit of isopropyl alcohol the other day, figuring the evaporative properties would do something. And also, and it was, I believe it's 70% isopropyl. Also, I was figuring that, you know, that would be a little safer than water in case this probe is electrically conductive or something. If it is, it requires whatever pin or whatever is inside the hole, because touching the outside hasn't done anything to me. And I doubt you would have a probe that was that hot and dangerous on a device like this without any kind of a warning or anything. Like the school might have had some sort of a warning on this, given the setting. If they didn't, that'd be a little scary. But, so with this here, I'm guessing maybe if this is a temperature probe and it's just not working properly, or if somehow it needs more than the 3 digits, 2 in a decimal place, this could be a 1, because maybe you're not going to go over 199.9, and I'm doubtful of that, but that's a theory that I've had. So then right here, this is a negative, but let's... Will I be able to illuminate? Kind of. Oh, yeah, there you could see it. There's a positive up there. So you do have positive and negative. And I saw it once. Whoops, it's the wrong end. I did see it once go positive, and I don't know why. When it went, because right now it's illuminating negative. When it went positive, I had tilted it up like this. But that didn't do anything, and it's not doing anything now, and I highly doubt that would be a thing. So, and also there are absolutely no markings on the bottom. There's a screw there. There are screws on the side. At some point I may take this apart to see what's inside of it, but for right now I just want to test what I know that's on the outside. And, you know, test a little bit of the, read some of the theories and things that have been suggested on Reddit. I do have a screenshot of the post on Ask Electronics, which has been taken down. I can still view it though, so I'm wondering if maybe it's not part of the, it's not in the Reddit anymore, but like you can still see it. So, liquid conductivity sensor was suggested by Skuzzy, S-K-U-S-C-I. Wow, that's a mystery device. My best guess is a liquid conductivity sensor. Someone said it's a Gauss meter. Some people say it could be a voltmeter or a multimeter, which, if it is, that would involve, like, I mean, it would make sense that this has 2 poles on it. I don't know why it has 3. And obviously, yep, see there, it goes to 0, except for Oh, it's weird. It's showing 0 now instead of 1. So this obviously has at least 2 poles because of the way this is configured, and because there's a thing in the middle of the probe. Oh, look! It went positive for a second. Yeah, there's positive and there's negative. Cool. Anyways, plug you back in so we see the Nixie numbers. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, the back, it would probably, so this does have 2 poles, so somehow maybe you could test something with this prong by sticking it on, and you would have 2 leads on here. Now, it also does have the 2 banana plugs on the back, which are maybe for traditional style leads like you have on this multimeter here, but obviously like they're banana plugs, right? Wait a minute. Let's turn this off. Actually, wait, yeah, no. That, of course, that wouldn't fit. Never mind then. But, so I'm thinking, and because they are red and black, it could very well be like this multimeter where you have positive and negative, and then you measure things with it. I'm gonna have to test voltages before I put anything across there. I was thinking, oh, I could hook some random wires, screw them down, and then test a battery with it and see what it says. Should say 1.5, but you know, it could be an output, so that's gonna have to be something that's gonna be tested. But first of all, I think we should test this probe, and if we blow up this meter, not too much. I'm gonna guess. I really don't know what to do. My friend would probably know more. But what I'm gonna do, let's scoot you back. So I have our multimeter right now set on DC 1000 volts. The DC volts 1000. Because I figured doing the highest setting is the safest, and then if I don't think I've broken this thing, or you know, if the number seems really small, I can narrow it in. I think I've seen Clive do that a few times. So I am just going to, I believe center is usually positive, so I'm going to put black. Oh wait, I can't do this because this won't fit. So I can't test without taping a needle on here. Okay, so I won't try this just yet then, I guess. But what I will test is the plugs on the back. So I am. And we want to test volts. Okay, so I'm a little bit nervous right now. Let's split you guys up just a bit. Kind of want the display to be visible in the shot, but I also kind of want the back to be visible, but I doubt. Okay, so we got red. Oh wait, I need to make sure that the multimeter can be seen. Okay, flip those around. Okay, so red to red, black to black. What are we showing? Pretty sure I'm making contact with the nanner plugs, and I'm pretty sure the nanner plugs don't have 2 things to them, so I'm not showing anything. Nothing. You know, somewhere I have another one of these multimeters, these cheap ones. I should get it, because like the plugs broke off, but I should get it because then I can still have the wire end. Because what I'm curious about now is, this is where I really don't know. If, I don't know what happens if I were to set like a multimeter to test DC volts or whatever, and then I connected these up to the other multimeter, because to itself it does nothing. There's no DC volts. Oh, thanks. So, got a package. Yay, that's exciting. So, yeah, I just really don't know. Also, one thing, too. Oh, wow. Wait, what? It went down for a second there, did I? Wow, it's now going between 2 and 9. And wait, I'm covering the thing. I'm covering the sensor, the probe, with my hand. And now it's having a lot more fluctuation. I'm just covering it like that. Let's make sure it's not measuring any, because maybe it's a loop measurement like the other clamp thingy. So I'm now covering it, but it's not intersecting the loop of its own wire. Huh. What happens if I put it in a loop of its own wire? Oh, and if I press the loop of its own wire against it. Wait, now it's a solid 7. Now it's solid 7 and 8. Is it for measuring current, like, is it this clippy type thing, but just on a single probe? I need to grab. Okay, so grabbing this alarm clock here. This one is going to be sold eventually because it's the more beat up of the two of that exact same clock I have in color. So let's plug that in. Okay. And then very dim display. I don't know why this display is being so dim right now, but so clock is working. I press this up to the cable. Press the cable on it. I'm not seeing anything. Well, actually, wait, no. Huh, okay. Can I? Okay, so now I've made a little loop of the cable, and I'm pressing this up against the alarm clock cable itself. Nope, still fluctuating between 6 and 9. Also, when I turn it on first, oh, never mind. There are a few times where it'd be like 7, and then go fluctuating between the 6 and the 9. Okay, so that didn't really show us anything from that. I've also thought about just plugging a microphone cable in there and seeing what I can do with that. But let's put this back. Yeah, it's something to do with its own coil of wire being looped around and being on it, and it has to be really pressed into the wire. Because once I take it away, 6/8, 6/7, move it, stretch the wire out fully. Now it's back to 9/6. Put it on the table, put my hand on it. And it's not doing anything. Yeah, I mean, well, maybe it's, no, it's just the random 6969 something else 69. What if I put it on top of the unit? Also, there is a slight humming noise coming from the unit. I'm sure that's just like the power or whatever. One moment. I am going to... Hey, can you bring me a 9-volt battery, please? Because I'm live. Okay, bye. And now my phone is wanting to wig. Oh, there we go. Wig out. There we go. We got it back. So, okay. I'm having my mom grab a 9-volt battery because I'm realizing that if we get this thing working, then we could stick the probe in between there and see if it gets us anything. Because if this is what I think it is, you should be able to, you would go like this, and then you would measure some stuff on the actual wire. I don't know the terminology for that. I don't know how it works, but also this one I feel is a bit weird and has a longer black is negative, so a longer negative lead than a positive lead. Also, these have thinner, actually, wait, no, it's not going to be, no, it's not thin enough to, okay, so, what else can I test while I wait for this 9-volt battery? Now, I'm pretty sure that this wouldn't be, I mean, it could be AC on here, although I'm not really sure that switching over to AC would change, but let's just try. So I'm on 750 AC setting on the multimeter. Thank you. Okay, 750 on the multimeter. Let's see. Oops. Need to flip the leads around again. So I can go like that. Positive, negative. Nothing. I am just curious now, so I'm unscrewing the banana plugs as far as they will go. I'm going to tap them that way. Nothing also. There is a very, very faint smell of like old electronics, but not like it's super strong and bad and gonna burst up in flames or anything. So we get nothing off of the back, which I don't know if you would get anything off of a sensor, but now we can actually test a little bit of that. So let's take out this Power Max heavy duty battery. Connect in our new battery, which the door to this is missing. Avoid electrical shock. Disconnect the leads before. Oh, didn't do that. Well, let's okay. All right. This thing, okay. Looks like it's indicating low battery. Now it's not indicating low bat. So, to make sure this is working, I have it in the ohms music 2K mode. Oh wait, is this? Yeah, the display is not changing. That's a banana plug. I'm gonna try just to make sure. Whoa. When I connect, oh, so it's not the lead, it's probably just the battery. Okay, so it looks like the lead's from so that's a hold switch for data. Cool, it beeps. So we know that it's working even though it may have low bat. So 750 AC. Actually, where did I put the clock? So I brought our alarm clock back, and what I'm gonna do is just, oh, okay, so let's just see. I'm also gonna ask for hey, can you bring me one more battery? That one's low. Okay, thanks. Bye. So, okay, so this thing was for just a second showing something. Like it will fluck. Make sure it's also not the leads touching each other. So I don't know if I'm using this thing right. I don't know if this is the right mode, but it's not showing anything where I think it would. So I'm gonna try a new battery. That shows a 2 AC amps, I think, ACA. I don't know. I think this is how you use it. You just do like that, and it can measure the wire without you having to touch it. But then I could be wrong. Maybe it's a clippy thing. I don't know. So, as soon as we get that battery, I'm going to wrap this up in just a bit, and hopefully we have more info to figure out what this is, and hopefully the people that were following me on r/Ask Electronics, go follow me on Help Me Find. Feel very sad that the post was taken for violating the subs rule. It's got a decent amount of traction on there. Like, not lots, not like internet fame yet, but at least 22 upvotes. So, yeah. I just thinking about stuff and what else to. You know what? I'm just gonna test the leads that came with my grandpa's thing really quickly. But Yeah, this battery's really low. Alright, they say disconnect the leads.
Bring the extras back.
Yeah. Tough to get off that one. Let's try this Energizer battery. You know, I don't know how they do it, but I once saw a TV commercial. Oh. Wow, the one side. Wow, well, this thing is tight. So I'm going to grab my pliers. Be very careful not to short the battery. There we go. And then I'm going to take hopefully that did something. If not, oh well. So okay, there we go. All right, so that's one of the leads that came with it. These are the known good leads, so let's that one also says low bat. Let's try one of these Rayovac Ultra Pro batteries. If it still says it, then we know that the unit is faulty. Okay. All right, come on, Rayovac. I don't. Huh, it's not showing anything on the volt mode, or sorry, the ohms resistance mode. No beeping. Yeah, this thing is old. Probably not. Yeah, well, there we go. Okay, so I just wanted to test the probes that were with it to see if so the black one you can actually unscrew this piece here and see. So the black one is broken somewhere. Okay. Now what about the red one? Okay, so the red plug works. All right, now let's switch this to our AC, whatever. Put you through that loop there. I'm going to disconnect. That probably doesn't make a difference. It probably doesn't know whether these are connected or not, unless they're like touching or anything. So this mode, looped around the wire, isn't working like I think it should. .3 something. -1 if I undo it from the... Okay, so clearly I don't know how to use this. Yep, gonna have to use the pliers again. Well, so take my good leads back. Is there anything else that I can think of? Well, there is actually one other thing that I can think of to test, which we can just go ahead and unplug and move. The clock. And that last thing would be testing if it is a voltmeter. However, I'm gonna wait a bit. Which actually, I'm gonna turn it off for a second. I just want to see. Huh. Okay. So I assume that this is a banana plug. It looks like a banana peel, but it doesn't go in there very deep. So I'm not sure why, if it had shorter leads. I'm not going to test that now, but I will at some point. What is it? At some point, I probably will, but I want to see what people on Reddit think first, based on this data that I have been able to gather. Oh, a bit of dust in there too. Anyways, that's going to be it for this little stream. Hopefully we find out what this is. I have also sent an email out to the Ben, who runs the surplus sale, and I've said, if people online can help me figure it out, like what is, what's the word? Like, are there any departments that I might be able to contact and ask somebody to find out what? So hopefully we'll, find that out. But I mean, for now it's showing 0. Did that the other day. Then you wiggle this a bit, then it does something. Unplug, plug it back in. I don't know why that happens. Now wait, unless it's measuring something. So if the lead is... Nope. Actually, wait. No. I'm holding this... Wow. If I hold this across its lead now, the way it is, it shows up as 0. But then if I stretch it out, it starts going back to fluctuating. So it's measuring something about... I don't know what. But it's not magnetivity. And I need to prove that really quickly. So yeah, a magnetic parts holder. As you can see, it's got paper clips and things, some other stuff in there too. If I put this down, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this little stream. Thanks to everybody who sees this eventually. Electronics isn't a normal thing on this channel, but this is just a cool something that I picked up. That because of Nixie tubes, and hopefully we can all figure out what this is. I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Bye.